One of the questions that always comes up in our mom's club is, what vehicle do people find to be the best vehicle? Random story, but a couple of years ago, I had a Honda Pilot. I loved the Honda Pilot. My kids at the time were probably 6, 3, 2. And one day I got ran off the road. It was this kid, he was like a high schooler that was in a rush on the way to baseball practice and ran into the side of my car and like took over the steering. We didn't actually crash. He just kind of like rubbed against me and veered me off the road on the highway. And so there wasn't really any physical damage to my Pilot, but the whole alignment on it was all screwed up. And then when I started driving it around town, it just kept stalling. I'd be driving down the road and it would just stall. Anyways, I had to get rid of that. I went shopping for cars and I really just wanted like a big 3-row SUV. I didn't want it to be huge like a Yukon XL, but I loved the look of the Wagoneer. Like the tech inside was all so beautiful. They just looked like so crisp and new and beautiful. And so I was like, I think that's what I want. Not the Grand Wagoneer because I'm not a psychopath, but the regular one. I went to the dealership locally and found a black Wagoneer. I love black with black interior. And bring it home. Now, luckily I'm friends with this dealer that I got the car from because I had it for 3 days and there were so many tech issues. First of all, one day I was driving with my husband and there's navigation behind the steering wheel and there's navigation on the middle console, and both of them were telling me to go in different directions and verbally saying, the lady was saying the instructions to go 2 different ways. And him and I looked at each other, we're like, what? And we actually screenshotted the picture of it to the dealer because I was like, this isn't normal. And then another time, we're on our way to a dinner down the road and the right front parking sensor went off the entire way from my house to the winery that's maybe 15 minutes away. We tried even like shutting the car off, restarting it. Nope, didn't work. Then I got onto Google and on whatever, all the blogs about cars, and they said that you should pull up really, really close to someone on that same side as if you're almost about to hit them, and it will like trigger it to shut off. At the winery, we were going to meet up with my girlfriend Alyssa. I got like an inch from Alyssa's SUV, and sure enough, the parking sensor went off, and then it was fine after that. But I'm like, I'm not having this car. I am not a car person. I just wanted a big 3-row SUV with 2 middle bucket seats and for it to work. And that was way too many issues for me to have in the first 3 days. I returned that in the dealers. Let's just try to get one from a different dealership because I only wanted the black on black. He didn't have another one of those. So he got it from another dealership down in Massachusetts that brought another Wagoneer up, and I had that one for a few days. That one, the back right computer screen, like in the bucket seats, just never worked. There was no way of making that work. As well as there were a couple of other just like smaller tech issues, not even smaller, but my phone just would not connect to. There was the Apple CarPlay or whatever you call it, CarPlay, just did not work at all. So anyways, I had so many issues with it at this point. My husband really was like, let's go try getting a third one. Absolutely freaking not. I'm not getting a third one. I'm done with this vehicle. I don't understand. I thought that the tech would be like this huge benefit, but it was such a pain in the ass trying to figure out how to work the vehicle. And honestly, I don't even use the tech. Kendall, my husband, ended up flying out to Buffalo, New York to get me a Yukon Denali, which is what I have now. I don't have the XL, but it was just a crazy ride. I thought about getting the Tahoe, but the Tahoe, it has like real estate in places where I don't need it. Like whatever the engine and stuff, I don't need like a powerful engine. I go like 75 miles an hour on the highway. I don't tow anything. I don't want all of my space to be in the front of the car. I want it in the trunk. And the XL was just too big for my liking, and the Tahoe did not have enough trunk space. It doesn't even fit a Yeti cooler. That's like a big issue for us because we tailgate a lot. But anyways, now I have a Yukon Denali and I'm happy. Don't get the Wagoneer.